السلام عليكم يا شباب، كيف حالكم؟ إن شاء الله طيبين. نكمل اليوم لعبة بروكن سورد الرابع. بسم
I can
الله
still see
نبدأ.
Spalachian fingers in the office. If I could just get them to leave, I might be able to grab the manuscript. I can still see Spalachian fingers in the office. If I could just get them to leave, I might be able to grab the manuscript.
أحاول نخليهم يمشوا عشان أقدر
It's
أخذ
the air vent for
المانسكريبت.
Fingers' office. The handle's very hot. I nearly melted my fingers to it. Perfect.
استخدم هذا البروف، ما هو يمنع الحرارة ويعزل الحرارة.
The wood's been burnt to charcoal, but it's still smoldering. No way can I pick that up with my bare hands. I can hardly feel the heat of the wood through the blanket.
شاب كاب شاب.
The wood's smoldering in the air vent, but only a small amount's going into the room. I need to make more.
وعشان تنتشر الريحة عن أو
It's
الدخان.
smoke. Don't you just love it?
عشان
The
تطلع.
smell of Naples herself in a salami. Who would have thunk it, huh? But hey, you can have too much of a good thing, right? What say we, all head down to the club and celebrate our little success?
For God's sake, yes.
Hey, Tony, how's it hanging, Tony? You guys finish up now and head home, you hear?
What about the new guy?
What new guy?
Fella started just now.
Let him be. Hey, he ain't gonna starve, right?
Fingers and the other guys are leaving. Now's my chance to get the manuscript.
هذول المجرمين قتلوا واحد اسمه توني وعلقوه.
Fingers and the rest of them came out of this room. But how? The room's full of wooden boxes and there's only one exit. No point messing around with the card reader until I have the card to use on it. My God, this must be Tony. Looks like it's going to be another good year for the Martino vintage.
شوف كيف مجرمين يعني قتلوا الناس ويمكن حتى
I really
ياكلوا
don't want
لحمهم.
to do this, but I've got no choice. Yes! A key card.
الحين نستخدم الكي كارد على الجهاز هنا.
Thank heavens for secret doorways. Not the best view in the world, but hey, whatever. The cabinet's locked and secured so tightly that it's impossible to open. Even a seasoned pro would struggle here. Whatever's wrapped in this handkerchief must be very precious to someone. Terrific. A photograph of actress Lucy Chu from that film In Cold Blood. Nice, but not worth wrapping in a handkerchief. No way am I going to get into that cabinet with my bare hands. It's the cabinet where Fingers stashed Anna Maria's manuscript. Secure being the operative word. I've never seen so many locks. How am I going to get into it? It's the cabinet where Fingers stashed Anna Maria's manuscript. No way am I going to get into that cabinet with my bare hands. No way am I going to get into that cabinet with my bare hands.
Ugh. Well, the fat from the meat is disgusting. I'm gonna need industrial soap to get this off.
Well, that stain sure won't ever come out.
يعني استفاد من المنديل اللي يلف الصورة إنه أخذ منه زيت من اللحم هذا.
I put the keys back in the bone cruncher. Maybe the grease from the handkerchief could loosen up those wheels. The secure cabinet's wheels are rusted and seized up. Nothing a bit of oil or grease won't fix. The cabinet's already greased up and ready to go. No way am I going to get into that cabinet with my bare hands. No way am I gonna get into that cabinet with my bare hands. No way am I gonna get into that cabinet with my bare hands. Through the open window, I can just see the bone cruncher. Falling into that thing would be a big mistake. I bet it could tear cars apart.
اوكي، اخيرا حصلنا المانuscript.
Underneath the MP3 player is Anna Maria's manuscript. It's the real thing, all right. 14th century. Question is, how am I going to research it? Museums are out of the question. No. I need somewhere much more salubrious.
Hey, Anna Maria, look.
George, you found it! Oh, thank you, thank you!
All part of the service. Now, let's see just what we've got here.
It says, below the fortress of the one true patriarch awaits the angel. For he who is worthy and follows the path of the righteous.
Your Latin's good.
It was kind of geeky at school, but you know what? It sure paid off. So, all we need to do is work out who the true patriarch was and where his fortress is.
And then find a way to get below it.
But which fortress? It reads, below the fortress of the one true patriarch awaits the angel. For he who is worthy and follows the path of the righteous. But which fortress? It says, the first, find the knights who share a horse and grasp the stone to open the way.
Maybe the first refers to the path that the righteous must take to reach the angel.
That makes sense. So we should understand the clue once we arrive at the right place.
It says, the second, address the arms upon the shields and close the circle for the knights to let you pass. It says, the third, follow the master's worldly route and prove yourself worthy to lift. First, the fortress where he did fight, but was overwhelmed by Mamluk's might. Then he traveled to Longshank's fair city, and as grand preceptor he was received. To the temple at Villeneuve, where he was appointed Grand Master of the Order, before journeying to the island where he holds his court. It says, the last, to see the light turn from Holy Sion to face the great fortress of the Empire of the East, the seat of the Holy Church in the west, the learned Coptic city to the south. Turn from Holy Sion to face, from where? Jerusalem? Four knights with shields. The fourth coat of arms is hidden.
See how the fortified city has minarets?
It looks Eastern.
A worthy and devout-looking man? Hey, I recognize this. It's Baphomet, the idol that the Templars were accused of worshipping. I really need to find a way to research these subjects. And this looks like St. George, the patron saint of England, fighting the famous dragon.
Strange. The city on the right looks Eastern, but it's being defended by a Christian knight.
Wasn't St. George English?
Actually, he came from Turkey. This must be the angel that the manuscript refers to.
Doesn't look much like treasure to me.
Cross, crescent moon, Star of David. I wonder why these symbols are here. The fires of hell are consuming the city. A fairly typical depiction of a fortified European city. A deformed holy man gazes over the seas. Now that's a king who really loves himself. Fleur-de-lis in some pattern. The manuscript was made in 1307. The Templars must have known an attack was imminent and took care their treasure would be safe.
تقريبا فصفصنا السكريبت.
Can you decode it, George?
Not fully. I need a library or a database.
But the streets are too dangerous. Can't we get information online?
Well, there is a website, Andre Lobineau's Society of Antiquarian Knowledge, but I was locked out.
Didn't you say that Virgil had hacking skills?
Yeah, but he's pretty angry right now.
Then get charming.
سيرجل يعرف التهكير لأن الآيبود اللي عنده مسكر يعني نحاول
Virgil, I feel
خليه
terrible.
يساعدنا في تهكير.
Virgil? The silent treatment. I hate that.
تهكير الموقع اللي يحتاج.
Virgil, I feel terrible. Virgil? The silent treatment. I hate that.
زعلان على المسجل حق.
Virgil, I know nothing can replace your MP3 player, but I thought this might ease the loss.
Well, what do you know? Same model. You steal it?
No, certainly not. I'm a lawyer.
Exactly, so you stole it. Well, it doesn't replace the music, though, does it? Ah, heck. I got it all on CD at home anyway. Thanks, George.
Hey, Virgil, I got the manuscript, but I can't decode it.
You're asking the wrong guy, George. C++ and Java, that's my language.
Hey, Virgil, you got 5 minutes?
Sure, what can I do for you?
So, what happened after we barricaded ourselves in?
First they broke into your office, then they searched the whole place, then they smashed everything up.
Oh, I bet you showed them a few moves, though, hey, Virgil?
Are you kidding? I was under the desk, man.
Oh, well, so what did they do then?
Busted my MP3 player and left.
Well, that's some story.
What's so funny, man?
Well, you under a desk, Virgil. I mean, I wish I'd seen that.
You want to keep me as your friend, you better leave it, George.
So, How's Anna Maria been holding up?
Oh, don't worry about her, man. I talked her into a nice, cool place.
Huh? What do you mean?
Oh, she's been through a lot, George. She needed a shoulder to lean on.
Uh-huh. And you just happen to have one available, huh?
You know me, George.
Yep, I do. Virgil, I need to get online to do some research.
So go online. What's stopping you?
The site I need blackballed me after Glastonbury. Locked me out.
Take it from me, George, and I've been in prison. Ain't no such thing as locked out. Now, where's that little gadget? I know it's here somewhere. There you go, George. This should be useful.
What is it?
It's a flash card with a few little features of my own design. Just slip it into your PDA and ride that internet.
اوكي، اعطاه قطعة يعني يمدينا من خلالها ندخل على النت من البي دي اي.
Right, George, this is my homemade hacking system with the emphasis on homemade, know what I mean? I'll show you how to use it by hacking into a computer owned by an old friend of mine. This is you, symbolized by your PDA. This is your destination, the database you're attempting to hack. What you gotta do is connect your data stream to the target computer without being spotted or stopped. See here, my friend lives on the other side of the state. This mountain range is in the way, so we gotta go around it. If we're gonna hack into the database, we're gonna have to pass through these points, or root nodes. They disguise the data stream from your PDA so you don't get found out. To manipulate the data stream, you gotta use routers and refractors. You understand? You're utilizing other less secure systems in the area. You're pretty limited to what the device can find at the time, but there's normally enough to do the job. This one acts like a mirror. It'll deflect the beam at 90-degree angles. This one refracts your beam at 45-degree angles. These are splitters. They can split a beam at either 45 or 180-degree angles. As the target device is searching for one data stream, you'll need to converge the data streams back into one. You do this using a splitter, but in reverse. But if you're using a splitter in one direction, you can't use it in the other. These points are the bad boys. They're nodes, which detect what you're up to and stop your hacking. You gotta be one step ahead of these fellas. Accidentally route your data stream into one of these, and your connections bust open. I recommend you plan your route before you start placing nodes all over the place. So, watch me complete this puzzle. There you go. Now let's see what my friend has in his database. Oh, no. Oh boy, we didn't want to see that. He is one outrageous dude. Okay, George, your turn.
وشكلها صعب. اوكي هذا دست. اوكي ظبطه. اوكي هذا هو ريمايند بيتي. فهم.
The link with Baphomet proves that there's some kind of Templar connection here. The Templars really were victims of betrayal and greed. Philippe IV, I wonder, did you pay for your sins?
فيليب الرابع، ملك فيليب الرابع. جون ذا بابتست، له يوحنا المعمدان، له النبي يحيى عدل، النبي يحيى.
Anna Maria, can you spare a moment?
What do you need, George?
Good.
So, this manuscript has been in your family for years, huh?
It was handed down to my father. He had a whole collection.
Oh, so there were more?
Many more.
So each one could point to a hidden treasure.
I wouldn't be too sure about that, but this one certainly does.
That meatpacking place is pretty shady.
It's a real factory, huh?
It is, but take my advice, never eat a Martino salami. So why are the Mafia after your manuscript?
My father was a heavy drinker. There wasn't a bar in town he didn't tell his treasure map story, and the fact that his daughter was decoding it.
I guess it was just a matter of time before someone took him seriously, huh?
A worthy and devout-looking man? It's an Eastern-looking city. It's an Eastern-looking city. It's the angel referred to in the manuscript. St. George fighting a dragon. A deformed holy man gazes over the seas. A king in love with himself. It reads, "The last, to see the light, turn from holy Sion to face, the great fortress of the Empire of the East, the seat of the Holy Church in the west, the learned Coptic city to the south." It reads, "The third, follow the Master's worldly route and prove yourself worthy to lift. First, the fortress where he did fight, but was overwhelmed by Mamluk's might. Then he traveled to Longshank's fair city, and as Grand Preceptor he was received. To the temple at Villeneuve, where he was appointed Grand Master of the Order, before journeying to the island where he holds his court. It's an Eastern-looking city. It's Baphomet, the idol that the Templars were accused of worshipping. It's an eastern-looking city. Cross, crescent moon, Star of David. I wonder why these symbols are here. Fleur-de-lis in some pattern. A fairly typical depiction of a fortified European city. I need to research the manuscript more. Even by medieval standards, Philippe IV was a ruthless, vain dictator. His puppet, Clement V, was no better.
Clement V was just a puppet of the king. Did you know popes used to be regularly attacked by mobs in those days? Can't say I'm surprised.
As Napoleon said, history is written by the victors.
You know what? I think that the holy man on the right of the manuscript could be Clement V. He was Pope of Avignon and Philip's crony. But he can't be the true patriarch referred to in the manuscript.
So we just need to work out who is the true patriarch.
Jacques de Molay was cynically betrayed by Philippe IV of France.
If Clement V is not the true patriarch, and St. George, who came from Turkey, is fighting a dragon below the city of a holy man, who is the true patriarch,
Yes?
then the city must be Istanbul, which was known as Constantinople in medieval times. And the fortress must be a reference to the old citadel of Constantinople.
George, that's amazing! Does it still exist?
I don't know, but I bet someone in Istanbul would.
George, you are brilliant. Thank you so much for helping me.
Hey, I'm having fun. I'd never turn down the chance to search for Templar treasure.
اكتشفوا أن المدينة الموجودة في المانسكروبت هي اسطنبول في تركيا. لازم الحين يروحوا عشان يبحث.
So, Anna Maria, you feel like a trip to Istanbul?
You think we'll find the treasure?
We'll have a damn good try.
أعطاك الموسيقى العربية.
Room service.
Come in.
Good afternoon, Effendi. I bring chai for you and your
Effendi,
good lady
good.
wife.
Thank you. She's not my wife, you know.
Ah, of course. Yes, well, you are indeed blessed, sir, to have such a beautiful mistress.
أوه كرهها
No, what I mean is, we haven't...
شيء ثاني.
We don't... There's nothing happening.
Do not worry, sir. A few nights here in the beautiful Pasha Palace, and the sweet creature will know your special gift of romantic love, I am sure. I shall leave you to your rejuvenating sleep, sir.
Hi, George.
Yeah, hi.
What a sweet waiter. What was he saying?
Oh, nothing. The weather. Rain. Says it's
تغير
not
الموضوع.
expected. Never has been. All an ugly rumor. Which is good. Time to find the treasure, huh? I'll be in the corridor while you get dressed. All set?
Yeah, thank you, George.
طيب ونكلم هذا الشيء. تركيا.
Do you know anything about where we might find the old citadel?
I have no idea. Why don't you ask the waiter? He knows a lot about the city.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. And busy with VIP check-in requirements.
tourist site.
What sites can you recommend?
How about the Blue Mosque? Most of our cheap deal guests
Messages
seem to
الأزرق.
find it quite satisfying.
Anything else of interest?
There is also our Mosaic Museum. Guests like you seem to enjoy it.
Tell me more about Istanbul.
Do have a look at our map to see which sites could interest you.
يكون تقصد المتحف العثماني.
Tell me more about Istanbul.
Do have a look at our map to see which sites could interest you.
طيب شوف الخريطة.
The reception computer system. Pasha Palace has probably got a free wireless zone. Posh place. It's a picture of the receptionist holding a golf trophy.
تقصد هذا الخريطة.
A map of some of the tourist attractions. A map of some of the tourist attractions.
اوكي شباب نوقف هنا ونكمل المرة الجاية. نشوفكم على خير ان شاء الله وفي امان الله.